Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Regulation of cortisol secretion is discussed in this video. Cortisol secretion is regulated through ACTH. The ACTH or adrenocorticotropic hormone, it activates the or stimulates the secretion of the cortisol. The zona fasciculata is the area that is responsible for the formation of cortisol, while the zona reticularis is the area that is responsible for the formation of the androgens. So these two areas are responsible for the cortisol and androgen formation. So both the cortisol and androgens are under the control of adrenocorticotropic hormone, that is also termed as corticotropin or adrenocorticotropin. Uh, Unlike this, the zona glomerulosa, that is the outermost part of this adrenal cortex, it is controlled by angiotensin 2 and potassium secretion, and is responsible for the formation of aldosterone. So ACTH is responsible, remember, it is responsible for both the cortisol and androgen secretion. Then what is the chemistry of this adrenocorticotropic hormone? This adrenocorticotropic hormone is a large polypeptide that consists of 39 amino acids, and a smaller fragment, the first 24 amino acid, retain all the biological activity of the full length hormone, meaning it can fully stimulate the cortisol secretion. It is the digested form of this uh, adrenocorticotropic hormone. ACTH from the anterior pituitary is under the control of corticotropin releasing factor or CRF. So corticotropin releasing factor is a peptide hormone that is composed of 41 amino acid, and it is secreted by the uh, neurons that are located mainly in the paraventricular nuclei of the hypothalamus, and it enters the primary capillary network of the hypophyseal portal system in the median eminence. CRF travel via the anterior pituitary, via the blood to the anterior pituitary, where it stimulates adrenocorticotropic hormone release. So there is neural control of the secretion of this CRF or corticotropin releasing factor. The paraventricular nucleus receives input from the limbic system and lower brain system. So this lower brain stem and the limbic system, from here there is the input, and this allow stress, emotion and other neural signal to influence the secretion of ACTH. So without CRF, the anterior pituitary can secrete only minimal amount of adrenocorticotropic hormone. When it is present, when the stimulation is there, it express large quantity of the adrenocorticotropic hormone. ACTH in the adrenocortical cells, ACTH binds to the specific receptor on the adrenocortical cell membrane. This activates adenylyl cyclase, which increases the formation of cyclic AMP inside the cell. Cyclic AMP reaches their peak level in about 3 minutes after the stimulation by ACTH. So this cyclic AMP act as a second messenger and activates various intracellular enzymes that are essential for the formation of adrenocortical hormone. So this cyclic MPA specifically activates protein kinase A, and this protein kinase A is responsible for conversion of cholesterol into pregnenolone, the rate limiting step in the formation of this hormone. The protein kinase A is the enzyme that derives the synthesis of adrenocortical hormone, and it is the most critical step in the formation of the hormones, adrenocortical hormones, and it is a rate limiting for all adrenocortical hormones such as cortisol, aldosterone, and androgen. There are also long-term effects of adrenocorticotropic hormone. These relate to the increased secretory activity of these hormones and result in hypertrophy of adrenocortical cell, proliferation of these cells, especially the zona fasciculata and zona reticularis, the region that are under the control of the adrenocorticotropic hormone, and they are responsible for release of cortisol and androgens. Both physical stress, for example, trauma and pain, and mental stress can rapidly increase ACTH secretion. This rise in ACTH triggers the adrenal cortex to secrete cortisol, often 20 times above normal level. So pain and this tissue damage signals, they signal these travel up through the brain stem to median eminence of the hypothalamus, and here the corticotropin releasing factor or CRF is secreted into the hypophyseal portal system, leading to increased adrenocorticotropic hormone release from the anterior pituitary. So here increased adrenocorticotropic hormone is released, and the cascade quickly increases blood cortisol level up to 20 times of the normal. And the mental stress, if there is mental stress, the emotional or mental stress via the limbic system, especially in amygdala and hippocampus, they stimulate the posterior medial hypothalamus, and then there is increased corticotropin releasing factor and subsequently increased secretion of adrenocorticotropic hormone. So then this adrenocorticotropic hormone is responsible for gluconeogenesis, protein mobilization, fat mobilization, and stabilization of the lysosomes. So this stress pathway is activated within minutes, allowing the body to prepare for fight or flight situation through cortisol's metabolic effect. The cortisol, it decreases the secretion of corticotropin releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing factor from the hypothalamus, and it also acts on the anterior pituitary and suppresses the secretion of ACTH directly. This feedback loop ensures that cortisol level in the plasma remains within a normal range. So when this cortisol level rises above the required threshold, CRH and ACTH level, both level, they fall. Reduced ACTH secretion decreases the adrenal cortex stimulation, bringing cortisol level back to normal. So this action prevents over-secretion of cortisol, which could otherwise lead to harmful effects like hyperglycemia, immune suppression, or Cushing's-like states. And it's also maintain the hormonal balance and body homeostasis. So to summarize, physical or mental stress, they activate the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus releases CRF, and this CRF or corticotropin releasing factor stimulates the anterior pituitary to release adrenocorticotropic hormone. And this ACTH acts on adrenal cortex to secrete cortisol, and cortisol then mobilizes energy by enhancing gluconeogenesis, protein mobilization, that means amino acid release, fat mobilization, and stabilizes the lysosome. Uh, it helps the body cope with the damaging effect of stress. So there is a check on this secretion of cortisol. High level of the cortisol inhibits the CRF and ACTH by negative control feedback to prevent the excess secretion of the cortisol. When stimulus of the stress are present, they override this negative feedback, leading to increased or sustained cortisol level. So there is a daily rhythm due to this feedback mechanism. There is a daily rhythm of the secretion of these hormones that is called circadian influence. Even without influence, the cortisol is secreted in a diurnal pattern with peaks and troughs. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any query, please write in the comment box.